All right, what up, guys? Quick update on my take on the voiceless deck. Yes, it may seem very basic because it's voiceless. Voiceless. It is. So let's just get to it. Obviously, we'll start off one Ceravis. You can manage him if you want in the deck, but he's just there for to shuffle back your spells, bring him out, bounces back to hand. Special, not ritual, special summon that includes a ritual monster. It's not a ritual summon, but you can special ritual monsters because it specifically states ritual monster. A light ritual, hand or deck, but it gets shuffled back during the end phase. So he's great. Bring out the ritual Ceravis just so you have a special summon, negate, and banish. Triple Saphira. She's discard, add a ritual light warrior dragon from your grave or deck to your hand. So she's great recursion, great recyclability. And you can also banish her to ritual summon from your hand by using monsters, of course, from your hand or field. Good just to send herself to get the ritual card engraved and to get a ritual monster in hand if you need be. And if you have low in the hand or a monster of higher or equal level, you can just do that, like Nibiru, etc. 3 of her. Obviously, 3 lows. On summon, place face up, spell a trap, continuous. When the ritual leaves the field, or when a ritual is special summoned to your side of the field, you can special her from the grave. And you need her on the field, so your continuous spell is live to where your opponent can't target your light with card effects, and they can also only attack your ritual monsters. Triple O, the ritual monsters, double Ceravis in hand. It's a targeting negate and a special summon, regular special summon negate. Link, Synchro, just a special summon. Use this really for the extra deck. It bounces back to hand, negates the summon, and therefore you have them in hand to negate a targeting effect. And also when it negates the summon, it negates it and banishes it. Use this against a lot of SP Loto Knights. It's very, very cool. And the last ritual, double Skull Guardian. You only need 2. He is an Omni Negate when you have him and low on the field. And he is also boosted 2050 when we have him and low on the field. Really fun, really cool card. Basically towers when you have both these on the field. They're all technically towers when you have them both in the continuous spell. So those are the voiceless cards. Triple Herald package, Herald, send Trias or Herald to send from the extra deck. Then Trias, tribute the Herald to special it, Herald effect on res, special fairy. Usually you will special the low, and that's how you could also continue to combo off. That's what that package is for if you didn't know. Hand traps, triple ash. Now my hand traps, I like to vary it. Mostly this format, you need to target a lot of things. So first, triple ash, 2 Valor, and 2 Nibiru. Now, you need a Nibiru. Well, one, depending on what you're playing against, you could just nib a board without using any other hand traps you have in hand and be good. Say for like Dragon Links. Like Dragon Links aren't doing anything against Nibiru, right? Especially if they don't extend. If you Nibiru at the right time before they get the Savage on the field or you Borlin, it doesn't even matter. You just Nibiru them and watch them cry. Also, it's really good because it's a light and it's a level 11. So you just use this as ritual material if it's just dead in hand. Valor, 2 lights, because 1, it's a light, it's a level 1, it's a tuner. Normal summon it, link Rebo, normal summon it, relinquish Anima. Or you can just use it as targeting negate, because you need as many targeting negates as you can against, say, target negated Ash, target negate a Witch, target negate SP, or target negates Promethean trying to special summon. But usually you need as many targeting negates in this format. Even target negate low before they get the barrier on the field. Target negate Herald. You need targeting negates. I ran it at 3, but I put it at 2 because 1, I want to keep this deck around 40, just 40 cards specifically. And we're running 10 hand traps. technically more, but when I get to it, you'll see. So 3 Ash, 2 Valor, 2 Nibiru's. Those are all the monsters. Now to the spell cards. Now I did run the Dogmatica package prior, but again, running the Dogmatica package makes you like have to figure out what you're gonna run in the extra deck, what you want to run in the extra deck. And it's also a Nadir Servant, Nadir Servant, Nadir Servant, and a Dogmatica Maximus you have to play. And then there's other variants. You can play it with the Winda, you have the Schism in deck, but then that adds another brick along with the Dogmatica Maximus. But then the Maximus and then the Dear Servant are bricks if you draw Maximus and a Servant. So I kind of went away from that side. It's fun, but I went away from it and I try to do this more pure. So I can have more extra deck space for the extra juicy cards in there. But spells, double prayers, ritual, same level where it exceeds the level. Tributing a light monster from hand or field. Engrave, when the ritual monster leaves the field because your opponent's card effect, you can special Saravis, Saphira Queen, or Skull Guardian from your hand or deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. And it's also great in there to have for Saravis because you have to shuffle back a ritual and another spell to special him back. So if we have 2 in there, or we banish one and there's another one, or you just want to go for game, just shuffle back this, a call by, a pre-prep into your deck, or another spell, bear even if it got destroyed, and just bring them out, and boom, 2,600 right there. But yeah, 2 of those, triple pre-preps, adds ritual spell, adds ritual monster, enough said. Adds this, and adds Queen, Skull Guardian, or Saravis. Really good card. And triple Super Poly. Why Super Poly? Because it's Super Poly against anything. Branded Bestial, Branded Despia, Branded Chimera, Fire King, Snake Eye Fire King, anything. Even the mirror match. But if they have Spell Engrave, it doesn't really matter. But this gets rid of so many boards to where you can just use this, ditch a card, and keep playing. And most decks right now, if they're not playing Fire King or Voiceless, they're mostly dark decks anyway, or decks of the same type, like rogue decks, say Exo Sisters, Fish, Cash, you can't really Super Poly a Cash board depending on what they bring out. But again, Super Poly. Triple Barrier, we have Low and Skull Guardian on the field. Or no, when you have Low and a Light Ritual on the field in general, your opponent can target your lights for card effects, and they can only attack your light ritual monsters. And once per turn, you can add a Voiceless or a Skull Guardian from deck to hand. Triple Tactics. We don't play Thrust because we don't have it, and that shit's expensive. So triple Tactics. If we open it and we go first, cool. If we're going second and I activate something, you activate, say, your Baron on field, right? Or whatnot. Okay, during the main phase. Okay, cool. Tactics, let me take the Baron, or let me draw 2, or if you draw me, okay, cool. Tactics, let's look in your hand if I'm going first. Okay, we'll neg you 1, and we'll continue to play as much as we can and set up a board for follow-up. 1 called by, because it's called by. It's good going first. If you see it and you're going second, it's still okay, depending on the matchup. But again, if you're going second, just called by, oh, Promethean, because you have a fire on field. Let me call by the Promethean real quick. You know what I mean? And for the traps, just 4. Again, triple impermanent playing 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hand traps, 13 if you include super polys. But that's more of a board wipe. So 10 hand traps, triple imperm and 1 radiance. Radiance, activate. It's a free pop, or return a shuffle a light ritual, dragon or warrior, or a spell from hand or grave into the deck, and you can add or special 1 voiceless monster from your deck. But usually this is for the pop. You can pop cards up to, you target a number of cards up to the number of light rituals you control and destroy those cards and this card. Well, destroy as many of those cards as possible and then you destroy this card. 40 cards. Let's get back into the extra deck. Extra links, SP Little Knight, because why not? Nightmare Unicorn. It's a non-destroying removal card, basically. That's honestly it. 1 dark, 1 light. Dark because SP, Link Rebo, we play darks, and lineup because we play lights. Double Dynamondos. Use them basically for its tribute effect during your opponent's turn. You can target a ritual in your grave. You link off Low and the Skull Guardian or a ritual, but usually Low and Skull Guardian uses a standby, draw phase, anything. Effect. You would attribute this card and then target the Skull Guardian, and you can add it to your hand or special it. You would special Skull Guardian, then res, low, special, resolution, low 1, Skull Guardian 2. Skull Guardian will add. Low will special, res, low effect. Now you have you should already have the continuous spell on the field. So now you have your Omni Negate live, and you have a low to bring out a trap or another face-up continuous spell, just in case that one gets removed. And you don't want to waste your Omni Negate on protecting the continuous spell you already have. 1 Link Rebo, and this is why I play Super Polys. 1 Garuda, 1 Gearfried, 1 Draco Knight. Garuda, any matchup, Gearfried, Infernobles, or even Manadiums. Dragon Knight, Draco Equace, Manadian. 2 Mud Dragons. Now, I like 2 Mud Dragons because 1, you could go into Mud Dragon, Muddy Mud Dragon, and then you could change its attribute. It say if you open 2 Super Polys, or you have 2 Super Polys and an additional card in hand, right? You go Super Poly, Muddy Mud Dragon. If they have another monster on the field you don't want to deal with or waste your pops, or you don't want to waste as many resources on, Muddy Mud Dragon effect, I'll change it to say dark, light, orange, blue, or whatever. Super Poly, discard. Muddy's a worm, and I doubt your opponent's going to be playing the worms. Change this to the same attribute as that monster, fuse those off, and go into another Muddy Mud Dragon. So that's why I play 2. And again, there's a lot of darks in this format, so 1 Starving Venom Fusion. I did play Predaplant Predaplant Draco Stapelia, but that requires a dark and a fusion, and I'd rather have Starving Venom because it just takes 2 darks. And then he's summoned. On summon, he could gain the attack of a special summon monster on the field. And also, when he's removed, when he's destroyed, he's basically a Mirror Jade. He destroys all special summon monsters your opponent controls during the end phase of that turn. Not during the end phase. He destroys them when he gets destroyed. So when he's destroyed, he destroys all special summon monsters on the field that your opponent controls. So that's why I run him. And 1 Entis. 1 Entis, mirror matches. I could send with the Herald and pop if I really need to. If I draw into additional Herald and there's just 1 card on the field I don't want to deal with. Normal Herald, effect, send this, res, Entis, pop. And another 1 Herald of Arclight. This is, again, just to send off the Diviner. These are just 2 Diviner targets I could send, if not Garuda. But say you're playing the mirror match, your opponent is playing the Maximus with the Dogmatica engine. You just send these 2, and you +1, and you pop 1. Or you send these 2, you add 1, draw 1. Or again, just this, draw 1, pop 1. That's why that's there. That is it for the main deck. Again, it's a super heavy, you don't really need the extra deck. Like, honestly, the only cards is Dynamondo and SP, but everything else, like Link Rebo, to get into these and to have a dark, and the dark Charmers is just for an extension, possible extension. Side deck. Side deck, I do not like wasting my resource or Omni Negates on cards that I can easily get over. So that's why I side deck double Artifact Lancias. I do not want to waste my Omni Negate just to get evenly during the end step, during the end of the battle phase. I also don't want to use my Omni Negate to negate evenly, because they may have another in hand. They may go straight to battle phase evenly, and you have to negate it. So double Artifact Lantia, they try and go battle phase. If you have it, that's only play 2. There's no room for 3, so just 2. If you're going first, side these out for the Veilers. But yeah, Lantia is pretty nice to have. And especially if you know you're going to get to Cash. Well, Cash, you can't really do anything because they could just shift her during your turn. But if you're going against, well, you can get shifted during any of your turns. But like Flunderies, any deck can main deck or just side deck evenly. So anyone, like I said, attempting to go battle phase, if you have this in hand, you could just end the main phase, Artifact Lancia, and just continue playing. Double Enemy Controller. I've seen people side this or not side this. This is pretty much for going first, if you know you're going first. This is basically called by. You side these out again for the double Veilers. Normal summon if they have a targeting negate. Chain Enemy Controller. Target the low, tribute it, gain control, or just no. These are for going second because you have to gain control. So yeah, going second, Enemy Controller. Normal summon, they have a targeting negate or a negate. Sure, chain Enemy Controller, tribute it, take their monster. Or you just going second, normal Diviner effect. They negate it. Okay, chain Enemy Controller, tribute Diviner, take your monster. And then resolution, since Diviner was tributed, it just has to be tributed. You can special the low from your deck and continue to go from there. Back row, 1 Harpy's Feather. It was a Harpy's Feather was a Lightning Storm, but I took it out because again, Harpy's just covers. People usually don't special and attack all the time, so Lightning Storm is like whatever. And you also need to not have any control, any face-up cards. So just 1 Harpies, double Cosmic, because you need it, especially for if you're playing against Runic, get rid of their field spell, etc. Harpy's Feather, waste their negate, or waste their destruction protection with the Hugin. Traps, going first, triple summon limit. Summon limit just shuts down Fire Kings. If they don't have anything for summon limit, they go normal summon or special resolution summon limit. Or if they try in special, they tribute to special, change summon limit because they've already summoned twice and their summon just fizzles. And negated summons do count to this limit. Negated card effects that would summon do not count. So negated summons count, but card effects that are negated that would don't count, just so you know. Triple Droll. Again, Vanadium, any other deck. I side it because every deck, like I said, this deck can play through a lot. And if you see Droll in hand, then it's like, most decks, Fire King can add during the draw and standby phase. So it doesn't matter. They get their resources. Voiceless can play under Droll. Other decks can play under Droll. So that's why I side it. Usually, again, for Vanadium. And double DD Crow. DD Crow just hits a lot. I was thinking about Ghost Haunted Mansion, but I like DD Crow because you just chain DD Crow, target Promethean, chain DD Crow, target the Fire Engrave, target the Whale. Like I said, or just you activate it anytime to banish anything that will be problematic. Spell, monster, trap, it doesn't matter. So that's pretty much it. I just finished playing against a Snake Eyes player, and we decimated him. This deck is pretty great, but you also need to know when to hand trap. You need to understand when to hand trap, what's coming, what possible lines they can go into. But other than that, if you know when to hit a specific deck or any deck, you'll be fine. This deck is really fun. I'm going to locals today. I'll give you guys an update on how I do at locals. But other than that, I will catch you guys later. Thank you for watching, and peace.